Sam. My name's Lauren, and I am a UF student in an entrepreneurship class. And I was wondering if I could ask you a couple of questions today.
Sure.
It'll probably take around 10 minutes, just to let you know, if that's okay with you.
Yeah.
Okay, so are you a college student?
I am.
Awesome. How old are you?
I am 21.
Do you enjoy tailgating before sporting events?
Yeah, I really like tailgating, especially before like football games and stuff mostly.
Awesome, me too. So I talked to three other students that are like you that also enjoy tailgating and go to UF, and they mentioned how they do have a problem with how their drinks get warmed too fast in the hot Florida sun. Does this happen to you as well?
Yeah, it happens a lot, especially because a lot of games are at noon or the tailgates are happening during like peak heat hours, so it'll be like 80 degrees and we'll try to be tailgating. Your drink definitely gets warm really fast.
Yeah, I totally agree. Some solutions or alternatives that they mentioned for how they usually keep their drinks cold are they use either Yeti cups. Do you know what Yeti cups are?
Yeah, I've heard of them, but I don't have one.
Yeah, they're kind of expensive. They also use Tervis tumblers
Mm-hmm.
or koozies, and then lastly, like ice or coolers with ice. Out of these, which ones do you think you would probably use to um, keep your drink cold, or have you?
I mean, what I prefer the most is probably ice, but the problem with that is that, a few hours into the tailgate, the ice is gone or it's melted, and, no one's really going to the store actively to get some more because of traffic and all that stuff. So, like, ice would be ideal, but it doesn't, like, last all the way through the day. So, I guess my second um, way to keep my drink cold would be a koozie, but, like, I also don't really like carrying a koozie around, especially because the only thing um, is that I don't really like to carry like a purse or anything to games, so it's really just it's hard to keep something like big in my pocket or something like that to keep my drink cold.
Oh, really? A lot of people.
Like I'll carry my purse, but I don't want to have like enough room to fit in a cup, like a Tervis cup or whatever. Oh, not a koozie, sorry, but like a Tervis cup that's like or a Yeti cup. Like those are a little bit too big.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I was gonna say koozies usually fit in pockets or like whatnot.
Yeah. No, I've definitely brought koozies with me before, but just not. Like I probably wouldn't buy a Yeti cup just because it's not gonna like. What am I gonna do with it after? You like what am I? I'm not gonna bring it to the stadium with me and like risk losing it.
Yeah, I
So
completely agree. So when you are picking decisions, usually what matters to you most? Is it like price or quality or style? Doesn't whatever. Like when you're at the store picking between a different like mug to use, do you usually pick like the cheapest or the one that like,
if it was a cup or a mug that like
or just really anything in your life?
well usually anything, it would have to be like a pretty even mixture of quality and like style, I guess. I don't really like buying like super cheap things because I know that if it's gonna like break or it's gonna get damaged, I'm gonna have to go rebuy it. I'd rather just buy something of quality and not have to expect to replace it all the time. But if it had to do with like an appliance or something that's like meant to complete it, like if it wasn't clothes, if it was like an appliance like a computer or like for example like Yeti cups are really special because they like work really well. I think quality is definitely number one.
Oh, awesome. That makes sense. And when you do buy items, are you usually more one of someone likes to go to a store, try it out, or just like look at the options, or do you like to buy most things online?
Yeah, for sure. I think I'm definitely more of like a store shopper. Like I like just because like usually there's not really unless I'm buying something like makeup or whatever. Usually I don't really want to order it online. I want to like not only test it out but also see my other options because usually there's a lot of other options around it and sometimes like they'll be on sale or there'll be an option I didn't really know about. So definitely um I enjoy going store shopping.
Makes sense. Makes sense. In Gainesville, where do you usually like to shop?
Probably like Target. For like, what do you mean, for like groceries or for like anything?
Anything like, are you about like Target, or like do you go to Walmart or Publix or like?
Well, that kind of like plays into the quality thing. Like, I like Walmart is great for like shampoo or for like stuff like that is gonna be there and like you like. But I like mostly going to places like Target because I think their stuff is of higher quality. Um, so I guess that also solidifies the fact that I like quality stuff when I buy.
Makes sense. I agree. When you do buy things, do you usually use cash or do you like to finance the purchase?
I usually like to use. I usually use my debit card, or credit card.
Yeah. So you don't like carrying cash around, or?
Not really. Just because it doesn't really keep track of how I'm spending. Like with my debit and credit card, I can like look on my app and see like where I spend my money. Whereas cash, I kind of just blow through it, and I'm always like, where did it go? And then if I actually use my card, I'll know where it went.
Oh, I totally agree. I have an app like that as well. It helps so much. It helps you. Like,
well,
I'm
not too diligent about like writing down where I spend my money, so I'm kind of forced to see where I spend my money with a credit card or debit card.
I agree. I like that a lot more too. So, when you think back on like products you bought, what matters most? Like looking back on the rightness of the purchase, like how well it worked out, or what your friends thought of it, or anything else.
And
makes it feel right.
In the category of like things like appliances, like computers and phones and all that stuff, like all that kind of stuff, I think was a successful purchase if it works properly and doesn't give me a lot of problems. Like with clothes and everything, I like it if like I get complimented on like my outfits, or if I like, if they're comfortable and they're durable and they last a long time. So like I guess there's a common theme with quality. I don't think like, but I think also like if you buy something that's really cheap, it's often not going to be noticed, like if you were to go buy like something like a really cheap shirt or whatever, like, it may look good like the first time, but after you wash it a couple of times, like it's not going to look like it was when you first bought it. So probably how long it lasts and how long it remains like close to new, I guess would be my thing. If that makes sense.
yeah, it does. It definitely does. Also, do guarantees affect your purchase decisions or how you feel about them afterwards?
Oh yeah, for sure. I like specifically will buy like if I go to Steve Madden or if I go to the Mac store, like the Mac makeup store, and I see something I like, I'll specifically go to Nordstrom and buy the same exact thing there because they have a really, really, really good return policy. Like I bought a Mac mascara one time from Nordstrom and I used it a couple times and it hurt like I like now we're going into makeup here, but it like wouldn't really work well for my eyelashes. Like it wasn't good. So I went and they returned it for me, no problem. So stores like Nordstrom that don't give you a hard time about returning products, like are like I would go out of my way to buy from there to know that like I could get my money back if I needed to.
Does that affect like brands also for products, like the Camelback bottle, for example? How it has like that lifetime guarantee where it breaks.
Yeah.
Even though it's sold in all stores, it doesn't particularly matter on the store.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. For that, for sure. I have a Camelback bottle for that reason. Like it definitely enticed me more to buy it. There are a couple other brands that, like my North Face backpack has I bought that because it had a lifetime guarantee on it. I think there are a couple other items, definitely that also I bought because they had a guarantee on it. So it's just important because like stuff like water bottles and backpacks like go through wear and tear. So
it helps upgrade the quality of it.
Yeah, like if you're gonna spend $20 for a water bottle when you could just buy like a plastic water bottle and just keep refilling that, like it has to be something that's worth it, So I think knowing that you could literally have it forever and they just keep replacing it for you, kind of helps you, eases the pain of spending that much money on a water bottle or something like that.
Yeah, completely. So what helps you determine that the purchase was a good idea? Just in general?
A lot of times, if my mom agrees with me, or if I get like affirmation from someone like I'm shopping with, like I'll ask a lot, like, oh, do you think I should get this? And like, especially if my mom thinks it's a good product, I'll probably buy it. um, so I guess I'm a little bit. I guess I am like kind of influenced a lot um, by like my friends and whatever on like what products I should buy, but
Like after the purchase. So if you bought something
Okay.
and you got it, anything that specifically was like, this purchase was a good idea.
Oh, if it like comes in use, like um, when I first bought like my Camelback water bottle, um, I really didn't drink a lot of water at all, but for some reason, like having that like with the sippy straw or whatever, like I noticed that I was drinking just so much more water throughout the day, and like I wasn't dehydrating myself because there are like tons of places to refill it on campus, so I would just have it refilled all the time, and like whenever I was like studying, I would just have it by my side. And then I just started to notice that I was drinking a lot more water throughout the day. So I think at that point, I was like, oh, this is a good purchase because it helped me stay a lot more hydrated. And I think it was like an unexpected.
When it helps you more than you thought it would. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
It
like
exceeded your expectations.
Yeah, it didn't just like meet my expectations of a water bottle. It like exceeded my expectations of a water bottle.
And are there any things that make you think that a purchase was a bad idea?
If it breaks like right away, or if like I have problems, or like even like having a water bottle with a lifetime guarantee sounds great, but like if it broke like right away and I had like a really hard time replacing it, then that's just a waste of time. Like if it's gonna have a lifetime guarantee on it because it's like low quality and needs to be replaced all the time, then that's like not a good thing. Like I'd rather not buy it. So those times are the times where like I bought a scooter one time and it had a guarantee on it for like 6 months, but I had 5 problems with it within this first month of it. So that was like a product that I really regretted buying, because it just had so many problems early on.
Yeah, that totally makes sense. Well, thank you so much for your time and just everything.
Thank you.
Have a good day.